So for today's video series, we're going to be demoing single leg deadlift as a gatekeeper or auditing exercise. This is something that you would do before activity to kind of tune up the stability in the hip. A lot of knee, lower back, and hip issues can be traced back to an inherent instability that occurs within the hip. So now this instability bleeds over into other areas of the body and will put you into what's called a compensatory pattern. So to avoid this compensatory pattern, this can be done as a warm-up or as a standalone exercise. So for the single leg deadlift, you don't need any outside weight. Your body weight will work just fine. So I've got Sammy with us. She's going to be helping out and demonstrate here. So what you would want to do, if you're new to this exercise, you might want a tall foam roller or maybe something you can hold on to, like the back of a kitchen chair or something like that. What you want to do to start this exercise as a single leg deadlift, you want to start in a high figure 4 position just like this. So we're going to have Sammy start on her left leg here. Now in this high figure 4, we want to drive a lot of glute activity. So you almost want to think like you're going up for a layup or a high jumper's position. You want to drive a lot of glute activity right here. Now the next step is you start to hinge back, is you're going to press through your back heel. So you want this straight back behind you. You want to feel the glutes squeeze here. And now let's swing back up through the high figure 4 position. You want slow, steady, and controlled with this. If you find that this is very difficult, you might want to try softening the knee that you're actually standing on. So now let's go through it one more time. So go ahead and send that heel back. And now a fault that a lot of people don't realize that they're having is that they tend to open up the hip on the opposite side in an airplane motion like Sammy's demonstrating here. So what you want to do is keep the opposite hip closed down, squared away and toward the floor. And we'll swing back up. And so one of the things that you'll find is that balance is very difficult with this. So take your time, move slowly with this. So let's go through that high figure 4 position again. And now what I'm going to have Sammy do is actually put her hands on her hips. And the reason for this is that if you do tend to sit back and airplane the hip, your shoulders will come along for the ride. It'll be a lot more apparent because you might not notice if your hands are just hanging down in front of you. So as she pushes through that back heel, you can see your shoulders and hips are staying square here. And swing on back through. And you can go ahead and relax here. Now some people have a lot of balance trouble with this the first couple times that they do it. So I recommend taking something like a foam roller, again, kitchen chair, something like that, and give yourself a target to shoot for. So that when you do hinge down, especially if this is about belly button height, you should be able to get to close to parallel to the floor. Start in the high figure 4, hands on the hips. Aim the chest for the foam roller before swinging back through. And if you have trouble, especially in the down position, you can actually start by taking some of your weight and stability out of the equation and settle into this comfortable position here. And then slowly start to remove stability and pressure from the equation as you swing on back through. And that will conclude it for the single leg deadlift.